Hey YouTube, what's up? So, I was already filming this video and I decided to just cancel it because it's like, topic. I canceled like what I was recording. It's a totally different topic, but I guess I'll just, go to good story time mode. And the story I want to tell you guys is when I actually lost a bunch of weight. Now, as you could tell in my videos, I'm actually really chubby. And I get that from my mom. Like, I got all of my mom's genes. My dad is a skinny Vietnamese guy. He's just think of like all the way Gremlin. My mom is my mom's fat. Everyone on my mom's side is chubby. She's Filipino. Filipino people, they eat pork and shit. And it's like, now I got like them, my ancestors who have eaten all that pork. I got like the chubby pig face, and I think they absorbed like the souls of all the pigs and the genetics of all the pigs they ate. But yeah, so it's like it's very easy for me to like gain weight. My brothers could eat like anything they want and junk food, and they would still have the same skinny face. And yeah, it's from my dad. But when it comes to me, so I grew up chubby, but I grew up like a silly fat kid. I was like chowder. Um, I was, like I would, that episode of Shinshan where like Shinshan like loses weight, and like that's a very similar story to what I was getting at, but like and like there's this lady that's like, oh, I want to pinch his chubby cheeks. It's like like a lot of like women I grew up with were just like that with me. My aunties, like they loved how fat and cute I was. Like a lot of the people I was related to, they loved my fatness. They thought it was cute. It was so funny. It was like, oh, he's eating everything. It was like when we were like, my Vietnamese side at parties, like they would like want to see me eat. And that was cute. I'm not joking. I swear to God. So it was like that for me growing up when I was like a fat kid. So in middle school it stopped being cute. I think in middle school around the time we did have Facebook, and like I was going through some shit in middle school. I was really feeling like actual depression, and so we'll get into this. This is a good story. This is a happy story, and this is like a point I'm gonna make and like relate to my adulthood. So yeah, when I was like in middle school, I was a fat kid, but like I went to this place, and for certain reasons, like I think I like as a stupid like depressed kid, wearing glasses, I self-harmed, and then like I got in trouble for that, and then they sent me to this place, and at this place like they had this program for people that had like eating disorders, and my mom being concerned, she signed me up for that, I guess. And I have some funny stories there. I also told my cousin at the time, but yeah, so I did end up like naturally losing weight. Like I got into like exercising in my room. Like I would like I had YouTube back then. I was like into like all the cute, funny, innocent YouTubers that are, like Ray William Johnson. Like I would like listen. I would watch like the stuff I was into back then was so innocent and cute. Like Ray William Johnson and annoying. I would just like do push-ups. I would do sit-ups and push-ups to like freaking Shay Carl and like Annoying Orange and Ray William Johnson and all these like funny skit YouTubers at the time. But I was so on point with this, and yeah, as a kid, I lost weight naturally, but at the same time, I felt more like a man, like a boy who was like into sports. And I started like going to school with like a Chargers jersey, and I wasn't even into football back then. But yeah, so I feel like at that time, like I wasn't even vegan at the time, but I was like eat like beans. I got into eating chickpeas and stuff, and I eat chickpeas now, and I think that's what helped me lose the weight. So yeah, at the time, when I got serious, I actually I know motivational videos at the time, no motivational videos. So when I got serious about just losing weight and wanting to play basketball just so I could make more friends, at the time, man, I would go to this park that's like super far. It's like I have a Stater Bros, and it's like I have like all kinds of parks. Like there's one I live by. There's one going to Stater Bros, and there's one beyond Stater Bros. And I would go to this park beyond Stater Bros with like a sauna suit. It's crazy, man. And I would like, and throughout like that period of my life, I became skinny. Like I became a skinny dude. I don't know, man. Like I was such a like innocent like fat kid at the time, and you know that was like, you know, it's like now that I'm an adult, man, it's like but of course there were like kids that were like more alpha than me. I had, you know, I always mention like love interests like in my videos, and I had this girl, and this is a totally different story, but yeah, this is one of those instances that kind of like red pilled me without all the red pill community. I had a crush on this girl, you know, and I had a really cool like friend. He's like I know his name. It starts with a J. He's doing good right now. He's married, very good guy. Like right now, even into his adulthood. I know him now. But like, so at the time, man, she would like she would kind of like play with me, and then like she would start dating my friend, and then she stood up my friend for a totally different guy. And again, this guy was actually cool with me. He kind of saw what was going on, and all three of us just didn't like this girl like at all. And I'm not joking. This sounds like I'm making it up, but no. So like this girl was like, she skipped a grade, and so she was like a year younger than all of us, but she was doing a lot of hoe things, like hoe behavior. And you know, and like in high school, you know, like she kind of got fat, and she started sporting short hair, and it's kind of, you know, it's, I don't know how she's doing right now, and yeah, you know, I did like keep like, there was a period where I kind of like, I was around people I grew up with, and then like I just totally cut ties with everyone I grew up with and just started living my own life. And you know, I feel like I feel like, yeah, the separation to that is could be really overwhelming, but you know, I kind of regret like that didn't happen early. But yeah, so I've seen her in like, you know, like a dating site, you know, just because I was testing it out. I was like, holy shit, it's her. Like it was the only person that popped up. But anyways, girls aside, man, you see how freaking distracting women are. So yeah, this story where this is the first time I lost weight. No motivational videos, you know. As an adult, I'm watching these motivational videos all the time, and I still don't do much because like I can't bring myself outside. And as a kid, I would want to go out. You know, even now, I'm getting like free squinchers. I got like the squincher I used for my bottle of water I got from my job, and my dad took me to like a Big Five, and he got me a bunch of squinchers. He got me like huge like electrolyte, like he would buy me like electrolyte drinks because I would be so into like, you know, sports at the time, because I found it fun, you know. I would kick like a soccer ball too, you know. Like I still remember all the things I was into back then. I was into like Hayden, I was into like Mega Man. Yeah, that's about all I remember, you know. Like, you know, Hayden, the guy that did like all that, those like he did like some anime songs, but like I know we know him from like the video game stuff, like the Mega Man and like the Mario song, Western Mario thing. I don't know, it's like kid stuff, but it's like, yeah, those are definitely better times, because like those feel more soulful, and I feel like, yeah, I could just kind of learn from like the thing that made life good, because you know, back then we had time. Now that I'm approaching my 30s, it's like, and I've like watched a video about this, and it's exactly how I feel. I don't remember the YouTuber. You know, this guy is always like talking to like young men, you know, 18 to 25. The title is like 18 to 25, and you know, it's like he made a video saying like he's now 55 and it feels like he's on emergency mode, and it's like I'm almost 30, and you know, after 30, you know, 30 more years, and I'm a grandpa, and I'm, you know, I don't have anything, like, you know, anything could happen. I could lose I could even lose my sister, in my sister's school. I could lose so much people. And, that goes hand in hand with, like, cherishing what you have now, but people are making it really hard to do that. Because people are just, I don't know, it's like everyone in the world has, like, this misery to them. But, yeah, remembering how I was back then, I had this youth to me, this excitement for life. And I want that, I want to, like, go out more and, like, play. Like, currently now, I just use, like, Pokemon Go as, like, a cover-up to, like, go out. Like, in a way. But yeah, right now I don't have the health to, like, go for, like, major runs, and at the same time, it's like, I don't want to go on these, like, self-improvement, running for improvement kind of runs in a weird way, because it feels so, like, I don't want to say it, I don't know a word for it, but it feels like I'm being used to, like, try to, like, prove something when I don't want to, and I don't know if I'm, like, taking down my health at the same time. So I guess, like, the Pokemon Go is, like, the best route at this point when it comes to just, like, running. And now that I think about it, like, this isn't much more of a story time mode. I'm gonna put this on my vlogging channel, so it's like, because, like, now I'm, like, reflecting on how I want to go about things. So but yeah, I had, like, this is story time. This is me as a little fat kid. Yeah. So I guess now it's like I just want to make it fun in a way. I want to make my life fun. So, we could solve the depression part, but I'm not sure how much of it is chemical, but I'm very sure we could solve it, because even back then as a kid, I solved it without any kind of drugs. Like, I wasn't on any drugs. I just decided, hey, I just want to, like, go play some basketball. It was basketball. I was not a runner back then. I would get my hands dirty and just dribble this ball all the way to this faraway park. And yeah, I would, like, I was, listen, I didn't work at the time, so I would, like, hey mom, can you get me, like, a football? Can you get me a soccer? They would get me, like, like, basketball, and then, like, a soccer ball and a football. So yeah, I was basically just a kid, and oddly enough, I cracked a code, and it's this code that I need right now that it's getting darker. Look how dark it's gotten. So I'm gonna upload this video. I don't know about it, man. It's just a story. I shouldn't have talked about that girl, man, but it's true. This girl, I swear to God. So yeah, I mean, I could talk about that more in another video. All the girls, like, I've kind of, like, had a crush on growing up, and I ended up not going out with anyone. Like, I've never had. I'm 27, never had a girlfriend ever. Again, I grew up like as a fat kid, then I just grew up to myself, and then there was that point in my life where I kind of saw that I wasn't worth it, and then now that I haven't made it in life, it just doesn't feel worth it anymore. Now that I just don't have any time anymore, and 30 more years. I don't know if I can make a relationship or marriage in the remaining time I have in this life, with all the health problems I've had. So yeah, those are my reasons. But yeah, time is just ticking for me, and it's growing more and more uncertain, and I'm feeling less and less confident about the future for very understandable reasons. But yeah, let's take care of our health. Hope you guys like that story. I'll see you guys later, and peace out.